net weet waar jy is, dan is jy doodgewis. Die hele liewe nag is jy aand. Krik, tjik, tjik, krik, tjik, tjik. Waar kruip jy weg? Is jy daar of is jy hier? Agter die kas, langs die klavier. Maar as ek net naby kom, is jy skielik stom. Draai ek weer om, begin jy weer. Aan jou is daar geen teer. Dit skree, dit skry, dit dryf my uit tot rasernij. Ek is so moeg, ek wil graag slaap. My oë brand en ek hou aan gaap. Kan jy nie nou met ophou raas nie? Jou nare kriekerasie?
This is my chair. Go away and sit somewhere else. This one's all my own. It is the only thing in your house that I possess and insist upon possessing. Everything else therein is yours. My dish, my toys, my basket, my scratching post, and my ping pong balls. You've provided them for me. This chair I selected for myself. I like it, it suits me. You have the sofa, the stuffed chair, and the footstool. I don't go and sit on them, do I? Then why cannot you leave me mine? And let us have no further arguments.
Please read by Maggie Holmes. You, please read, the teacher said, pointing her finger at me. The blood rushed up to my face and my body began to freeze. Oh, how I hated standing up to read in front of the class. I swallowed and coughed and shuffled about and began to read very fast. I mumbled and stumbled and whispered and squeaked. Speak up, thundered teacher to me. I tried to make my voice boom out, but it faded pathetically. Another verse, the teacher called. As quickly I went to sit down. I'd lost my place on the page by then and felt such a clumsy clown. The words kept dancing all over the page. My heartbeat thumped in my head. The boys behind me sniggered. Oh, I wish that I were dead. At last she commanded, right, that will do. And I sat down fast with relief. But in my haste, I knocked over the book, and a bottle of ink came to grief. Good heavens, girl, what's the matter with you? She frowned with a withering look. All I asked you to do was stand up and read a page from your poetry book.
Saw My Teacher on a Saturday by Dave Crawley. Saw my teacher on a Saturday. I can't believe it's true. I saw her buying groceries like normal people do. She reached for the bread and turned around, and then she caught my eye. She gave a smile and said, "Hello, I thought that I would die." "Oh, hi, hello, Miss Appleton," I mumbled like a fool. I guess I thought that teacher types spent all their time at school. To make the situation worse, my mum was at my side. So many rolls of jars and cans, so little room to hide. "Oh, please," I thought, "don't tell my mum what I did yesterday." I closed my eyes and held my breath and hoped she'd go away. Some people think it's fine to let our teachers walk about, but when it comes to Saturdays, they shouldn't let them out.
Now then, children, form a queue. Let me count you going through. 27, 29. Daphne, darling, stay in line. 30, 31, and 2. Sandra, where's your other shoe? Leave your knickers, Pam, my pet. Take them off then if they're wet. Hand up those feet aloof. Off you go then. Follow proof. Wendy, Mandy, no,
compare. Donna, dear, you can't stroke that. That's no ordinary cat. Blow your nose, Anne. Don't just sniff. Sue, your hat is on skew with. No, the parrot doesn't swear. You provoke him if you dare.
Hilary, for heaven's sake, who pushed Kathy in the lake?
Oh, Yvonne, my tiny friend. Elephant's in at the other end. Come along now. Time for lunch. Settle down, you noisy bunch. Dillis, don't you want to eat? Child, you're whiter than a sheet. What's that, darling? Abigail's got her head stuck in the rails. Fetch the keeper, someone, quick! Rotten kids, they make me sick. Keeper, don't just stand there and grin. Open a cage and put me in.
The computer swallowed Grandma. The computer swallowed Grandma. Yes, honestly, it's true. She pressed Control and Enter and disappeared from view. It devoured her completely. The thought just makes me squirm. She must have caught a virus or been eaten by a worm. I've searched through the recycled bins and files of every kind. I've even searched the internet, but nothing did I find. In desperation, I asked Jeeves, my searches, to find. The reply from him was negative. Not a thing was found online. So if inside your inbox, my grandma you should see, please copy, scan, and paste her and send her back to me.
The Chair by Paul Gallico. This is my chair. Go away and sit somewhere else. This one is all my own. It is the only thing in your house that I possess and insist upon possessing. Everything else therein is yours. My dish, my toys, my basket, my scratching post, and my ping pong ball. You provided them for me. This chair I selected for myself. I like it. It suits me. You have the sofa, the stuffed chair, and the footstool. I don't go sit on them, do I? So why cannot you leave me mine and let's have no further argument?
You've probably heard the words abracadabra. It is a word most magicians use when doing magic. Cinderella's fairy godmother used the words bibbity bobbity boo, while Ali Baba used the words open sesame. My word is hocus pocus. Magic has been around for centuries. The first recorded magic act was in ancient Egypt around 2700 BC. That magician used golden cups to fascinate audiences. That act went something like this. I've got my 3 balls here, and I'm going to take each one of these cups and place them down. Now taking the middle ball, I will place it on top of the middle cup and then place the other 2 cups on top of that. Now saying the magic words, hocus pocus, the ball would have magically fallen to the bottom. Now to make it more interesting, I'm going to take this cup and place it down here, this cup there, taking this middle ball and placing it on top of the left-hand side cup, then placing the cup over that. Now saying the magic words, hocus pocus, the ball would have magically fallen to the bottom. But now I'm going to magically drag it from this cup to this cup. So saying the magic words, hocus pocus, the ball would have disappeared from this cup and traveled to this cup. Magic can be described as something that defies logic. You can't understand what you're seeing. Unfortunately, many years ago, people were not as educated, and many saw magic as a source of evil. Some magicians were referred to as witches, and even killed. But over time, opinions changed, and by the 1800s, magicians saw themselves back on stage. Men like Harry Houdini became famous. People like David Copperfield became well known. Okay, Now I'd like you to please choose any card. Don't show me that card, just look at it yourself. Okay. I want you to memorize that card. Make sure you got your number, color, symbol, everything. Now I'd like you to please place the card anywhere in the deck you'd like. Okay, now I'd like to ask you what your magical number is from 1 to 10.
7.
It's 7, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, a few questions. Was your card red or black?
Red.
Was red. Okay. Was your card a low number or high number? Low number meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. High number meaning 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King.
High.
It was a high number. I want you to picture that card in your head. I think your card was the Queen of Hearts. Is that correct?
It is correct.
And if we look at the card, we can see it's the Queen of Hearts. Now for my other magic trick, I've got my 3 cards here, and I would like to show them to you. So we agreed that on the 2 sides, there's 2 jokers. And this is the 2 of hearts, correct?
Correct.
Okay, now I want you to just take out the middle card for me. Don't look at it, just put it face down.
This one.
Yes, just put it face down. So we agreed that card was the 2 of hearts, correct?
Yes.
Now saying the magic words, hocus pocus, I'll lift up the card and it would have changed.
Sure.
One more thing, back to this trick. 50-cent coin, placing it so that it covers all the holes. Then I'm now going to place the lid on top of that. And I'm going to try to poke the holes through the coin. I like to call these little objects nails, although they are mini swords. And there you go, all the nails going through the coin. There are some things you can explain, but there are some things you can't. What's most important is that you had fun. Thank you.
Thank you.